Hmm? Hmm? Are you saying hello to me? One moment, please. Hi. This? It is a journal, as you can see. Within it, I have compiled over 1,000 documentations of various conversations I have partaken in or overheard during my time here. I do not speak to other people very often, as they find me too intense or too bothersome. But ever since college began, people have suddenly taken a greater interest in conversing with me, even if only for a short while, and thus I deemed it necessary to document accurate responses to common questions, so that I may better ready myself for the potential of awkward conversation. I call it, drumroll please, da 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 da, my journal. That was a joke. Now that you have had time to assess me as a person and conclude that I am not worth your time like all the other people before you have, please feel free to turn away and return to what you were doing before deciding to talk to me. I promise my feelings will only be hurt for a few minutes, as I am used to this form of heartbreak after increasingly frequent instances and can recover rather quickly. You're still here. Do you actually intend to talk to me further? This is interesting. You are the first person to ever not immediately be disgusted with my mannerisms. Know that I am extremely grateful for your consideration and overjoyed at the prospect of getting to know someone after all these years. Thank you. Please, have a seat. It would be rude of me not to offer you a spot to situate yourself. Would you like a drink? Or perhaps something from the fridge? No, there is no fridge. We are at a table, as you can see. But my parents said that a lot to our guests, and they always seem to appreciate it. Do you appreciate my offer? I will make note of that. Oh, damn. I suppose I will have to remove this page. Yes, several weeks ago a pair of physically superior boys cornered me on my walk home and abducted the contents of my backpack, which included my wallet and my journal. Upon retrieving my belongings, I was compensated by the local authorities, and my money was returned to me. My journal, however, was vandalized beyond any hope of repair. Yes, that particular page that is now lying on the table within your line of sight was on a conversation I heard between two boys that seemed to be intimately involved with one another. I felt a strange joy, but also sadness upon hearing their affectionate words to one another, and I felt it was necessary to document their conversation in case I felt the need to use it in the future. I did not, however, and now I never will. Such a pity. Anyway. Don't offer fridge without fridge. Seems rather obvious when I say it out loud. Fascinating what hindsight can teach us. It has likely become abundantly clear by this point that I am not experienced in practical conversation. My parents never felt a desire to converse with me, or each other for that matter, as I grew up. My attitude also made me rather unpopular with the other kids, and I had few friends throughout my high school years. But I did find solace in the teachers, who seemed to understand my disposition. I was very grateful to Miss Homa especially, as she was very supportive of me, and always said things to motivate me to continue to process facts I found fascinating in such a way that I would remember them for several years of my life, otherwise known as learning. No, she's not a teacher here. She works at my old high school. I frequently long to speak with her again, but I would be surprised if she still remembers me. I am sorry. I am apologizing to you. Because it would seem as though I have hurt your feelings, and I would like to make it known that I regret the course of action I took to result in you feeling such a way, and wish I had not done so. You are not upset? But that contradicts your expression. You appear to be in distress. Could it be that I am misreading your intentions? You are sad for me? What do you mean? How could you being sad be beneficial to me? If anything, seeing you in distress would only cause me metaphoric pain in large volumes, hence why I attempted to apologize to you earlier to help you feel better. You feel sad after hearing my story and wish things were different for me. Interesting. I did not know others could feel for me. I appreciate this gesture. Would you mind if I wrote this down? Forgive my bluntness. What is your name? We have been classmates for a while, but I never found the time nor necessary circumstance to learn your name. Interesting. For some reason, hearing your name has sparked unfamiliar feelings within me. I seem to regard you as a source of comfort and confidence, even though I have only just met you. Fascinating. What do you need to know my name for? Is it because you intend to record my name for the sake of completing a document of some kind? Just because? Please elaborate. Wait. Allow me to document this in my journal. Slow down, please. I cannot write that quickly. You wish to know my name so you know what to call me when we speak? Very intriguing. Does this mean you intend to have another conversation with me at a point in the future? How odd. No one before you has ever wanted such a thing, and yet the concept has me strangely excited. My name is Rave. Rave Irisid. Yes, I am being quite serious. Upon birth, my parents dubbed me with a name commonly associated with a lively gathering of individuals consuming vast amounts of alcohol while wielding glowing neon objects, or the delirious wild speech of an insane individual, whichever you find to be more befitting to me as a person. It has caused me to be the target of several jokes. But enough about me. You came over here to speak with me, and yet I have been the one forcing all the conversation about myself. What did you want to talk about, Betty? Oh, my mistake. That was what the male said to the female when I wrote down a conversation between two friends. I only just now realized that it was probably only aimed at females by the name of Betty. What did you want to talk about? Oh? Yes, I am aware that the upcoming test will be especially daunting when compared to our previous tests. You wish to enlist my aid in your studies that you may pass. But that's... I am not sure. For some strange reason, I both strongly desire to accept your request immediately, and am indescribably afraid to, as I fear I may cause you to dislike me, as a result of spending more time with me. One moment. Never mind, forget no, wrong one. I'm allergic to latex no, that's wrong still. Can you take our photo? No, that was for a field trip. I'm sorry. I do not seem to have a documented response to your request, and as a result, I am unclear on how to answer. I'm afraid until the stalemate of mine is resolved, I cannot refuse nor accept your offer. What is it? You have a deal for me. I am afraid there's little I can offer in return. Very well. What is your deal? I help you study for the test, and in exchange you will teach me how to interact with others like a regular person. But how would you go about that? Are you suggesting I lend you my journal, so that you may write responses to other people's conversations in excruciating detail? I must leave my journal behind? I am not sure I can do that. And yet the prospect has me strangely excited. Very well. I will educate you on the contents of the test, and in exchange you will tutor me on the common banter between humans. This is very thrilling. I have always dreamed of such offers fondly, but never expected one to actually transpire. I am happy. Ah, yes. I imagine it would be far easier to proceed with the aforementioned course of action if we mutually decided on a point in time in the future to reconvene. How does after class, in about 4 hours, strike you? Did you find the use of my slang amusing? If not, I will make note of that in my journal. After class was earlier than you expected. If the time I have suggested does not work in your favor, I will reschedule for you. It will? Very good. We will reconvene at the entrance of the building in exactly 4 hours and 13 minutes, assuming no unforeseen circumstances causes a delay in either of our arrivals. I look forward to our meeting with anxious anticipation, as well as excitement. Now, if you do not mind, I have a large amount of work to complete before the class begins, and I am sure you have somewhere to be. I can assure you I am not bluffing in using this seemingly large amount of work as a convenient cover for the fact that I am too nervous to continue talking to you and would like adequate time to properly prepare myself for a more proper conversation to get to know you and interact with you so that I do not ruin the small semblance of friendship we have established. Please, do not let me keep you waiting. Wait. See you later. How curious. I have never felt this way about another male before. These butterflies in my stomach, the desire to talk, but the uncertainty of what to say, the longing to hear his voice even though he has only just left. Is this what the two boys described as the big gay? Fascinating. I must write this down in excruciating detail so that I never forget this oddly painful yet wonderful feeling. Actually wanted to interpret. First time feeling nervous, afraid, but joyous at the same time. Might have told too much. It's not a problem, but listener, very good listener. Hindsight's